Chapter 9, Section 2 is areas, formulas for circles and regular polygons. Now the perimeter of a circle is actually called the circumference, and that is pi times diameter. And the area of a circle is pi r squared. For the perimeter of a regular polygon, we are just going to multiply the length of one side times the number of sides, and the area of a regular polygon is 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter, and we'll get to what that means a little bit more on the second page of our notes. First thing we're asked to do is find the area of the circle. Area is pi r squared. So the radius in this case is going to be 3. So our area will be pi times 3 squared, and you can leave that as 9 pi inches squared. You can multiply it out, but you don't have to. Example B says the area of circle J if the circumference is 6x plus 14. So circumference is pi times diameter. So in this case, pi times diameter is 65x plus 14 pi. Well, if we divide both sides by pi, those cancel out, and your diameter then is 65x plus 14. However, we were not asked to find the diameter. We were asked to find the radius. So if you take the diameter and divide by 2, that gives you the radius. So our radius is going to be 32.5x plus 7, half the diameter. Example C asks us to find the circumference of a circle, and they give us the area. So we start with area is pi r squared, and they give us 25x squared pi. So we are going to divide both sides by pi, and those cancel, and we have r squared equals 25x squared. To undo the squared, we square root both sides, and our radius then is 5x. That work is all correct, but we're not done yet. We were asked to find the circumference, which is pi times diameter. If this was the radius, the diameter will be twice that. So our circumference will be 10x pi feet. Example D asks us to find the area of the circle if the circumference is 4x minus 6 pi. Well, circumference is pi times diameter. So 4x minus 6 times pi. Pi's cancel, and your diameter is 4x minus 6. We were asked to find the area. In order to find the area, we need the radius. So our radius is 2x minus 3. Using that, we're going to put that into area is pi r squared. So area is pi times 2x minus 3 squared. For that, I'm going to write it as 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3. And we need to FOIL this. 2x times 2x is 4x squared. Outside, 2x times negative 3 is a negative 6x. Inside is a negative 6x. And then negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. And so our area ends up being 4x squared minus 6x is minus 12x plus 9 pi meters. So the key to that one was first, outside, inside, last. Example E asks us to find the circumference of a circle in which your area is 16 pi. Area is pi r squared. So we are going to divide both sides by pi, which becomes 16 equals r squared. And our radius then equals 4. However, we weren't asked to find the radius, we were asked to find the circumference. Circumference is pi times diameter. So circumference then will be 8 pi inches. Example 2, we have 3 pizzas. First one has a diameter of 24. Second one has a diameter of 36. And the third one has a diameter of 48. We need to find the area and circumference for all 3 of these. So I'm going to quick calculate the radius here. Radius is 12. Here the radius is 18. And here the radius is 24. So circumference is pretty straightforward. Pi times diameter. Here the circumference is 24 pi centimeters. Second one, pi times diameter is 36 pi centimeters. And the third one, pi times diameter is 48 pi centimeters. Area is pi r squared. 12 times 12 is 144. So that first one will be 144 pi centimeters squared. The second one, 18 times 18 is 324 pi centimeters squared. And the third one, 24 times 24 is 576 pi centimeters squared. You can multiply those out. You don't have to if you don't want to. At the top of the next page, we get to our regular polygon. The center of the regular polygon is simply the point in the center. In this case, it's C. The apothem is the segment drawn from the center of the polygon to the midpoint or the center of the side. And in this case, that segment CB is the apothem. And the central angle is the angle at the center of that regular polygon. So we are going to find the area of the regular polygon, which is 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. And I'm going to start with letter C. We are asked to find a regular octagon with side length of 4. So I'm going to do my best to draw a fairly decent octagon over here. 8-sided figure, and the side length is 4. Well, we're going to draw that central angle in there. And that central angle, if we take 360 and divide it by 8, this angle right here is 45 degrees. And our goal is to find this apothem right here. Well, I'm going to draw this triangle slightly bigger right here. The side length was 4, so we just divided that in half for the midpoint. So each of those are 2. And we also bisected this angle. So that angle, each of these are going to be 22.5. And our goal is to find that apothem. Well, we have to use some of our trig from chapter 8. And if we know this angle, this is the opposite side and the adjacent side. So we will say the tangent of 22.5 equals 2 over x. We can switch that around and you can have 2 over the tangent of 22.5. And when you do that, you get 4.8. So our apothem right here is 4.8. Now our formula is 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. We just figured the apothem to be 4.8. And the perimeter, an octagon, is 8 sides. Each of them are 4. So our perimeter, 8 times 4 is 32. And then we can do 1/2 times 4.8 times 32. And that octagon has an area of 76.8 centimeters squared. 1/2 the apothem times perimeter. Example B is a dodecagon, which is a 12-sided figure, and I'm not going to draw that 12-sided figure. I'm just going to draw this piece of one of those angles. So if we have a 12-sided figure, 360 divided by 12, the central angle is 30 degrees. That's going to be the apothem. We said the side length was 5, so each of those are going to be 2.5. If we divide the central angle into 2 pieces, these are each 15. So to find the apothem, we are going to say the tangent of 15 equals 2.5 over x. You can switch those around and you have x equals 2.5 over the tangent of 15. And if you enter that into your calculator, this apothem right here equals 9.3. And then our formula is 1/2 the apothem times perimeter. So we will have 1/2 9.3 is the apothem. The perimeter, this is a 12-sided figure. Each side length is 5. So our perimeter in this case is 60. And then we do 1/2 times 60 times 9.3. And our area, sorry I'm running out of room, is 279 centimeters squared. And last, example A. I'm not good at drawing a 7-sided figure. So side length is 2. that apothem is going to divide the pieces, that side length, into two pieces that are each 1 unit long, 1 foot long. And if we take 360 divided by 7, the whole central angle is 51.4. And when I divide that by 2, I'm going to call both of these angles 25.7. To find the apothem, we are going to say the tangent of 25.7 equals 1 over x. You can switch that around and you will have 1 divided by the tangent of 25.7, which is right about, well, let's call it 2.1. So our apothem is 2.1. And then to find the area, we have 1/2 the apothem. It was a 7-sided figure with each side length being 2. So 1/2 2.1 times 14. And the area of that one is 14.7 square feet.